But a quick thank you to Bob Terrell, Jerry Brockett. Thank you so much for the parents coming out. A huge congratulations to all of our athletes. I know 3 of them in particular are really excited about our AP Calculus exam tomorrow, so I'll keep this a little bit short so they can get home and get back to the books and studying a little bit. I get to talk about a very, very special basketball player. I know when I arrived here 8 years ago, I would always walk into our gyms and we would have our plaque up there, and it was missing any number. You know, they had a 2,000 or whatever. We had no numbers up there, and I got to walk in about a couple weeks ago when we were doing some workouts with the younger guys, and I noticed, you know, they put the 2016 up there. You know, my first thought was Larry Roberts. You know, it's been an 8-year process for us, and I know that we needed guys to be committed to basketball, but what we really needed was a special just hooper. You know, and that's what you need to be able to win a tough conference like we do, or even be able to win a regional championship like we were able to do this year. And Larry Roberts was that special player that we have been waiting for 8 years and being in this program. A guy that, and I'll give you just one good story that kind of sums it all up and what he's meant to this program. And when I walk into that gym, you know, him in that nice flow he's got here, he's the first image that I thought, you know, I'm even trying to get that same flow myself, but I can't get that same, you know, volume in the front there. But the quick story is this. It was, I remember it was when we finished our season last year, you know, we go to our conference meetings and we do our all-conference. And we had a Joe Butler who made it, and I just knew I was going to get Larry Roberts on that first team. I was going to make it happen. I remember talking, you know, you give your little spiel of why a guy deserves this or deserves that, and I went through, you know, statistics or whatnot, him being able to knock down any open jump shot, or if we need a 3 late in a game, he's able to do it. And then when the numbers and everybody was tallied up, you know, Larry was a vote short from being on that all-conference team. And I was furious, I really was. You know, I shared this with Larry back then. And I just remember, you know, we went through a summer of a lot of injuries, a lot of guys playing multiple sports, and we would have maybe 5, 6 guys at tournaments. We did. You know, we went 23-9 this season, had one of our greatest seasons of all time in terms of boys basketball. But this summer, Larry knows firsthand, you know, we went 5-22. You know, we have Jay Lamas in the crowd over here, his Splash brother. They went through a 5-22 summer, and it just speaks to how special these guys are. Larry Roberts keeping the glue of our basketball team together to go through 5-22 and just work at his craft and get better. And I know the name, you know, it's Plainfield South. They have a shooting guard, Jake Buckner, who beat Larry out by 1 vote last year. And you know, I said, Larry, I want you to work on this and that. I want you to work on your ball handling. I want you to work on your passing. You know, to Larry's credit, he got first team all conference this year. You know, first team Morris all area, second team Joliet all area. You know, the accolades just came because he just worked on getting better as a basketball player. But the best story I have about Larry with this season, you know, and just to reiterate, because it's something we are both very proud of, and the whole basketball program is, you know, that was our first SBC championship in school history, and it was our first regional championship since 1977. So we were able to really accomplish some things that I think a lot of people thought would never be able to happen in terms of boys basketball. And Larry, like I said, is very special to that. But I remember we came to this Plainfield South game, and you know, playing Jake Buckner, because he was a junior when Larry was a junior, and Larry was the guy I was fighting for to beat him for that first conference. And I'm like, you know, Larry, I want you to guard this kid tonight. You know, and I loved it. You know, Larry was ready for it. You know, and just to give you a couple statistics from that game, you know, Larry held him to 2 points that game, you know, while he scored 20-some-odd points that night. So it was just awesome for him to have that redemption. And I know, man, that stuck with me to that day. And I know me personally as a coach, that was a challenge that I wanted to see Larry step up and take, and oh my gosh, did he light it up with flying colors on both ends, you know. And I think the greatest attribute of Larry, and I'll just keep it short here so he can get up here and talk, you know, hopefully just math doesn't spill out of his head here since that's all he's thinking of. But his greatest attribute this year, and it goes to show just how special he truly is and what he's meant to myself and to our program in its entirety, is that, you know, I mean, everybody knows, you know, you come to a game, if you went to any basketball game this year, especially down our playoff runs it was just ridiculously electric. Larry never cared, you know, how much he scored at any particular night. You know, he knew he could score. He knew he was the focus of most people's, you know, defensive strategies in terms of taking him out. Yet he would still hit big shot after big shot. But I really don't think that is the most impressive thing of the young man. The most impressive thing of the young man is that he led our team in assists. And to do that as a shooting guard truly shows how unselfish you are and how you're willing to put the team first so that you can make great things happen. And we did, and I'm so proud of him because when he comes back, you know, he brings his kids, he can look at that awesome board in 2016, and he knows that he was a enormous reason why that happened. So without further ado, Larry's going to Benedictine next year, who got second in the nation, and he's going to be able to add his great shooting to that basketball team next year. Larry Roberts.
Short because I got to get home and study. I just want to thank my friends and family and my coaches and teammates. I always know that I can go back to them with anything I need help with. They'll always be there to help me. And I want to put out a special thanks to my parents because I love them to death. And without them, I would not be where I am today. And I also want to thank my sister for coming today, my brother who stayed home. Also to my splash brother, Jonathan. Thank you.